So the last thing I want us to do on tables before we move on to a different concept is looking at how to merge cells. Okay, and those things are popular or well known in the world of Microsoft Office, Word, and Excel. When you uh, put two or more cells together to form one complete cell, we say it's merge cell. In HTML, um, we we cannot simply right click, right, and say merge cells. Right? We need to uh, write some markup or some kind of instruction to let the browser merge the cells that we want to merge. Okay, so there is um, merging cells, okay, vertically across rows, all right, and then horizontally across columns. Uh, so merging rows vertically across, merging cells vertically across rows, we use an attribute called row span for that, okay, and then merging cells horizontally across um, columns, we use col span or column span. So basically we are saying that, hey, this cell over here, this column 1, I want you to span, aka expand, right, into another one. So you merge yourself with this one here, right? And this also merges with that. Now, let's get to the code and see how that is done. Actually, I've written some code here to test for that. So let me just get rid of this. Okay, I would like to start from scratch so that you see. Okay, so um, just for the purposes of this demonstration, we don't need data in the table. We just have to understand how the rows and columns are merged. Okay, so let's have a table. Okay, inside the table, let's have a row. Now this row will have 4 columns. Okay, so I can copy this and paste, paste. All right, I have 4. Then also the table will have 4 rows. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. If I refresh and we come back here, we won't actually see anything, all right, because there's no data in the table. So by default, the width and the height of the table is 0. We can change that by going to our style element, making reference to our table or selecting our table and then giving it a width. So let's give it a width of, say, maybe 500 pixels, okay, and then a height also of 500 pixels. We want our table to be a square, right? Okay, so let's refresh. Still, there's nothing appearing. Why? Well, because we didn't give borders to the columns. Okay, so let's do that. So we say border. Okay, and we have 1 pixel. Okay, that's the thickness. It should be visible, right? Solid, and the color should be black. All right. So let's now we see we have a square table. All right, it's having double lines. So we need to go back and add the border collapse property and set the value to collapse. Okay, and we have a table we can work with, right? So let's say we want to merge the cells in row 1, okay, the first cell in row 1 and then the first cell in row 2, okay. So how can we do that? It means that we need to instruct this one to span or expand into this so that they form one complete cell, all right. So watch this. um, we have to go back and look for the first column here in the first row, which is this one, okay. So we add an attribute called row span, okay? And so how many cells do we, or how many rows do we want it to span across? 2. This is first row, second row. So we provide the value what? 2. Okay, let's refresh and see what happened. Yeah, we have this span, but then it has caused some anomaly. You realize that um, the, for each of the tables, sorry, each of the rows, we are having 4 columns. Okay, so if we are going to merge a table, sorry, we are going to merge the cells. Basically, what we are saying is that we want to push one of them out. Okay, so this the row that was the cell that was previously here wasn't deleted; it was pushed, okay, to the side. That is why it's ejected here. Right? So what we can do is to look for it and delete it. You see that it is the first cell, okay, of the second row. So we need to go back to the code, look for the second row, which is this one. All right, then we get rid of the first cell like that. Okay, now let's go back and we see that our table is back to normal. Good. So now let's say that um, we want to merge these two columns over here, these two columns. You realize that this column is the third cell, right, from the left in the third row. Okay, third cell in the third row is going to merge with what? The fourth cell. All right, the fourth cell in where? The third row. Okay, so how can we do that? We go to the third row, this particular one, and instead of uh, writing um, specifying row span, we are going to specify another one called co-span, and this is for merging columns. All right, remember this is a row 1, row 2, we merge them together. All right, so if you are merging this is a column, and we are going to merge them together, so it's column span. Are you okay? So let's do that. We say 2 of them. All right, so okay, we have created a space here, but still something has been ejected, and it's the same problem here. All we have to do is to look for the last column, last cell there, and delete it. Okay, so that this particular one, because spanning 2, can take the entire space of itself, and then the one we've just deleted. All right, so now it's back to normal. um, so this is it. It's nothing complicated. All right, you just have to look, count the cells, the the row, you look at the column number, and then you apply the attributes. Okay, so you can actually span more than that. Okay, we can actually span maybe 3. Okay, so instead of spanning from here, let me cut this and paste. All right, okay, excuse me. So here, call span, we can make it 3, but you should anticipate that there will be a problem, right? Okay, so what we can do is to get rid of this. Okay, so that everything will now come back to normal. All right, this is row span, call span. I hope you have understood it. It's not anything complex or difficult, but if you do have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section. I will look at it and reply appropriately. Thank you.